Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Nancy and happy Resurrection Sunday. He has risen. Thank God for his grace and mercy. My God, thank God that we don't have to do anything. It's really his grace and mercy that will be able to enter this heaven. So thank God for real. We don't have to do anything really. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for Easter, that it just gives us a chance to remember that it's not by our works. You can't do anything. You can't buy God a gift for what he has done to give us his only begotten son. How can you repay him? We can't. So we can only be grateful and thankful, really. So he was pierced because of our transgressions, crushed because of our iniquities. Punishment for our peace was on him, and we are healed by his wounds. Even though I knew that scripture, the meaning of it wasn't even revealed until years later in my healing. So I knew about what Jesus did for us on the cross, but even when Easter came, because I was one of those Christians, because of lack of understanding, that would wait for Easter to nail all my sins on the cross, and then in my own strength I would try to be good, which if you are in a healing journey similar to mine, you know that is just going to backfire every time. So for me, I would like, okay, God, Easter comes, I'll say, okay, God, here are my sins. I nail all my sins to the cross. I promise I will never do it again. I promise I'll be a good girl. 2 months later, whatever I had nailed on the cross, it seemed like it came back creeping in my life. I call those sins the creepers. And I'm talking about that psychological sin. If you are in this healing journey, that's something that you're gonna deal with over and over again. And for me, mine was like, the psychological sin was the fear, the worry, the pride, the defensiveness. Worry also brought anger and things like that. The bitterness, assumptions. That was like the sin that was hidden, that always crept in every time. Even when I surrender, I'm like, this time, Lord, I surrender. I don't want to be angry no more. I want to forgive this person. I want to let go. And a month later, here I am, angry again, dealing with the same sin. And I'm like, okay, looking at that sin like, didn't I crucify you on Easter? What are you doing back in my life? It was just so frustrating for me. It was very frustrating, because every time I nail those things on the cross, like, God, here I am, here, take it. I'm not gonna ever do it again. I promise. Those things creeps back again and again and again, and it became a cycle of sin. My sins, oh Lord, please forgive me, I will never do it again. Then comes that torment from the devil. Are you sure you nailed those things on the cross? Because look what's going on in your mind. It was just a battle in my mind, and then I become frustrated. The triggers comes, and then I'm triggered, and I go right back in my sin nature, which was my familiar environment. It was so familiar, it was very comfortable, so I'll run back to my sins, and then the cycle begins again. So it became a cycle of just dysfunctional after dysfunctional. Not that I wanted, but I think I felt hopeless. Like, I felt like I couldn't do it. I couldn't change. I couldn't be transformed. I was just too bitter. I was too angry about my past. So I just felt like, you know what? There's no hope for me because nothing will change me really. If you are in this situation where you have nailed your sins to the cross, especially I'm talking about these psychological sins, the fear, the anger, the bitterness, the assumptions, the shame, whatever it is that you're battling with. If you know that, you know what, I always nail this thing on the cross, only to find out that 2 months later, 5 months later, 7 months later, this thing is creeping back in my life. And you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? And you go back in a cycle of dysfunctions again because you're not, this thing it's just not going away. Then just know that, you know what, God is no respecter of persons. I was in that boat for a very long time. I struggled with this thing where I would think, you know what, I've let go of fear. This time I did it. I have nailed this thing on the cross and it's not gonna bother me. But boom, 2 months later, I'm right back in my old patterns again. And it was a struggle. So I got tired. I got sick and tired of myself, sick and tired of the whole situation going back and forth. So I made a decision. I just stopped running. I told myself I need to face my past because that was the thing that was chasing me, and I was refusing to stop, to look at it, to even deal with it. I just wanted to run away from this thing. So I had to stop and look at that thing head on. And that's what I did. I started dealing with my issues as they were, telling myself the truth and dealing with each and everything that I could see and things that I couldn't see that God started revealing to me. So I just surrendered it off. This time I surrendered it for real. Like I just told God, please show me the truth. Show me the truth. Help me here, for my own strength wasn't working, because all this time I was trying to do it in my own strength. Maybe I would tell myself, you know what, I'm trusting, but really I wasn't trusting God. So really I had to face that truth, the honest truth. Like, really, if you really want this transformation, then you have to start by trusting God and really going with your heart, not going with a half a heart. You need the whole heart in this thing. And that's what I did. It wasn't easy, but I had to train myself how to do that, because, you know, coming from not being able to trust even your own self to trusting God and knowing that, you know what, He can help me, it wasn't easy. But I had to train my mind, because it's all in your mind. I had to train my mind and understand that this is not the past no more. We have to get this healing, and the only way to be healed is to trust God and let go and forgive. So I started with forgiveness, really, because I couldn't forgive. I was too bitter about the whole situation, and with many people who were involved in it, I was so bitter. So I was like, you know what, I needed to first learn how to let go of this bitterness and forgive. And that's where I started. Was it easy? No. But you know what? When I fell, I kept on getting up and nailing that thing on the cross again and again and again. And I would just keep repeating the process until I got it. And that's what you need to do. You mustn't just give up on yourself, because the journey is not going to be easy. Like I always tell you, it's never going to be easy, but it's how bad do you want it? Are you really sick and tired of the old you, the you that you are used to, of defending and always hugging yourself? Are you ready to let go and just be healed? So if you are ready, then you are just going to do whatever it takes to be free. Invest in those books that talks about your situation. Listen to the word every day, because you want that mind to be transformed. Because your battle, if you are like me, if your situation is similar to mine, then your battle is always going to be in your mind. So just renewing that mind is what you are going, it's what is going to be the challenge. So for me, what did it was listening to the word every single day, going to work, coming from work, whenever I could. That helped me to just keep on listening to what the men of God were saying. I just kept on it. I never stopped, or worship music, or meditating. And I started doing those exercising. Walking is enough. You don't have to run. You don't have to break your back. Just walking, meditating, and all that. You just have to keep on doing it again and again. And I hope you have a church, because if you don't, you need to find you in a good Bible word church. Because with this journey, for me, what I found out is that it's a very isolated journey. And because we are already living in this isolation in our mind, that I'm in this world by myself, it's me against the world. That was my case. It's me against the world is full of evil. So I had already isolated myself from the world. I was just there, but I was never present. So if you stay in that, you're just going to go deeper and deeper in the dark. So that's why it's important to just try and find a church. That way you have people that's, you are surrounded by people who hopefully are in the same journey or speaking your language, whereby they are giving you the answers that you're looking for. So I think just finding a good church is very important. That's what I did. You will fall many times. That's why I thank God for his grace and mercy for this Resurrection Sunday, just to remind us that you don't have to wait for Easter to be forgiven. Because some of us will fall many, many times, and you need that grace every day. So when you fall, it's okay. Just make sure you just don't stay fallen. You just have to keep on getting up and pushing yourself and trying again, repeating the same habits that you're trying to implement, the good habits. You just have to try again and again and again. Whether it gets easier or not, just keep on trying. Even today, I still have those creepers that keeps trying to creep in my life. Those psychological sins that want to creep in back, I just keep on repenting, pushing myself, repenting, pushing myself. And I see that as long as I keep on really doing that with my heart, my mind changes. I get it little by little. I start getting it and getting it and getting it. And that's what matters. So just know that God can truly do a new thing in you. He can heal you. He can forgive you. He can transform your life. He can do all that which you want him to do to you. All you need to do is just let go. Surrender the pain. Surrender the unforgiveness, the bitterness, the shame, the fear, the assumptions, whatever it is you're struggling with. Just surrender it to him and ask him to help you with your weaknesses, because we all have weaknesses. Just ask him to help you with those weaknesses, and he will help you. And before you know it, you will see that you'll be now acting in love, in kindness. Patience will start kicking in. You start trusting. You start, transforming little by little. It's run your own race. It's not a competition with anybody. You just go on your path and ask God to help you in that path, to enlighten you, to lighten your path so you can see whatever those blinders are, and so he can help you with the resources that you need, can help you see the people that need, the people you need to be following, so the people who are speaking his language, basically. Just surrender all to him, really. Trust him, make room and make time for him. He knows what to do with your situation. He knows what you need in your situation, but you have to just make that room and time every single day, because this journey is not easy and you cannot do it alone. I've tried it and I failed. So for you to succeed in this journey, you just need to walk with him and walk in his ways. Let him order your steps. That will make your journey much easier. And watch him heal you and transform you. So this is it for this Resurrection Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week. I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.